Hello everyone, it's Chicken here once again, and I'm bringing you what might be one of the funnest builds in playstyles that I have played, and that is the John Rambo build in Far Cry 5. That is right, the Vietnam War veteran, the Green Beret, the legend himself, has found his way into Hope County. Now this video will go over all the basics to play as Rambo in Far Cry 5, everything from cosmetics to different approaches to combat. Without further ado, let's begin. Now, with Far Cry 5's character customization, you cannot recreate Rambo perfectly. You're going to want to select, well, any face you want, but I suggest giving him one of two hairstyles, either the short hairstyle but gray, or the black mullet. And that's the reason why, because the black mullet, it's the closest thing we got to the freaking curly hair he had in the 80s, alright? Now, when it comes to clothing, you do have a few options. One, you can go with 1980s Rambo. To do this, you will need the Far Cry Primal top and the Rainbow Six Siege pants. If you don't have the Far Cry Primal top nor the Rainbow Six Siege pants, then you're kinda out of luck. The other option is modern Rambo. Now, to do this, you will need the badass pants and the 511 strike shirt. The reason why I did this, because even though that I said it was a modern Rambo, it kind of does look like the green jacket and the jeans that he wore in both in the beginning of First Blood as well as the ending of Rambo 2008. It's definitely not perfect, but hey, what we have to offer, it actually looks pretty good. When it comes to weapons, your loadout might look different compared to mine, but that's part of the fun, isn't it? Anyway, you obviously start with the Rambo signature bow, the recurve bow. I mean, come on, the description has a Rambo Easter egg, so it's pretty obvious. I know some people might cater to the compound bow because it actually might do more damage, it has better handling, but the recurve bow, it looks more authentic. Next, you'll want the M60. Another Rambo Easter egg, but besides that, it's actually a very fun weapon to use, and it will get better once we get the perks. Next, you want an iconic weapon from Rambo Last Blood, and it is the 4570. Now, whether you pick the 4570 or the 4570T, it is really up to you. And another recognizable weapon from Last Blood, and that is the D2. So feel free to edit this loadout in any way you want, but at least keep the bow and the M60, because those are Rambo's signatures in my personal opinion. With this loadout, you'll be having some of the most fun you can have in Far Cry 5. Believe it or not, we are not going to be choosy when it comes to perk selection. Starting with the survivalist branch, you'll need to grab human fish, black market, and all tiers of health boost. From Renegade, it will come in handy to grab the parachute and the wingsuit, not when it comes to roleplay, but for navigation and the usefulness of both. You'll also grab Vehicle Buster, Weapons Pro, Heavy Weapons Mastery, Auto Repair, Rifle Master, and to fulfill the Rambo aesthetic, Saboteur and Booby Trap. From Assassin, the Grapple, Nimble Fingers, Sneaky Sprint, Takedown Mastery, Primal Mastery, Close Combat Mastery, Throwback, and Ghost. Now from Prepper, you'll grab everything. I do mean everything, obviously. Now this is where it gets complicated. With the leader branch, it is really up to you. But if you want to do the hardcore Rambo roleplay, since Rambo is more of a loner, you will most likely ride solo for the whole game, at least sometimes when you have the choice. Now, of course, I'm not going to dictate what companions or specialists you can bring along with you when you're taking down Eden's Gate. However, if you want to stick with my idea of a Rambo roleplay, or to make it a little more interesting, I do recommend Boomer, Jess, or Grace, because they all cater best to this build. Boomer is probably the most useful, and the reason why is obviously because Boomer can tag enemies in outposts in general areas without getting spotted or detected. Jess does somewhat match Rambo's aesthetic because, like Rambo, she is also a master of the bow. Now, Grace, the reason why I picked Grace is one, she's a sniper, and two, she also kind of does remind me a little bit of the mercenaries from Rambo 2008. She could have been one of them, in my personal opinion. When it comes to getting around Hope County, you'll want to stick to just driving around. Just driving around. Maybe taking the eventual helicopter and plane when the need arises, but this build is mostly ground based. Now, when assaulting an outpost or doing missions or just generally just clearing enemies out, you'll obviously want to try to take everyone out quietly with a combination of your bow and throwing knives. Now I know it's pretty much cemented in everyone's minds nowadays that Rambo is this cheesy 80s action star, at least amongst those people that have never seen any of the movies. They at least know of that, or at least that's what they think when they think of Rambo. But that's not really Rambo. He was obviously just that for 2 movies. The rest, he was a lot more subtle. So in the combination of your bow and throwing knives, you're going to want to try to stealth. But when it is time to throw stealth out the window, whether you do those missions you have to go loud, it is FSU time. FSU means fuck shit up. Using your M60 LMG, your lever action 4570, and versatile double barrel D2, the Peggies wouldn't even know what hit them until it's already too late. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is my John Rambo build for Far Cry 5. This is the first of many different projects I am thinking of doing. I figured let's start with Far Cry 5 because I have been playing it a whole lot more lately. And I do have more ideas for future builds coming up. So make sure to stay tuned for those. And also, some other future projects will be coming out in the meanwhile, maybe not gaming related, but, you know, this is getting long enough already, so I'm just going to end it here, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you all enjoyed, and please stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.